Alright, okay. Hey guys, my name is Michael. If you're not followed to any of my socials, go ahead and follow them and enjoy the video. Thank you. Ah yes, the infamous Sims 4 floor plan challenge. The floor plan challenge. I quite like this idea, but in mine, I'm gonna choose a two-story floor plan, but only use the first floor plan to determine what the second floor will look like. And you might be wondering what floor plans I'll be using. So in this video, I'm going to be using Toll Brothers because I mean, they be bougie and stuff, you know what I mean? So I went to my phone and I typed in Toll Brothers floor plans and I just clicked on images and scrolled down to a design that was just random and I chose this one called the Mesa Ridge. I like it because it's not complex and very easy to build in Sims. So I started this speed build by first doing the bare skeleton of the house, and I worked my way from the garages, then I worked back towards the kitchen, living room area, and it actually wasn't that hard to build. I followed it based on the floor plan, and as you can see, I'm putting in the lights, and then I'm going to go around putting in the garages and flooring next, and then right after that, I'm going to put the windows in. And for the flooring, I didn't know what I wanted to do at first. I didn't know if I wanted to do wood or carpet or light wood, dark wood, and you'll see later, whenever I start picking a theme, I go towards a darker wood. So that bright wood won't be in there for long. Um, and so if you see the room I'm working on right now, I was thinking of that being like sort of an office at first, and so you can see that I do an archway. And so yeah, this is the part where I'm putting in the doors and the windows. And I like this part where I have the accent piece, and in the final version of the house, the accent piece works wonders, and I really like it. And I'm a sucker for this, but I use that cheat where you use the parentheses to increase or decrease size, and I also use the Alt key all the time to move things in a better position. And for this house, I know it's a little bit pricey, but I added in a lot of decorations like that. In that bathroom, I sort of added, more stuff and yada yada. And so now I'm working on I was thinking about doing it as a bedroom, and now I'm like, oh, why not why not do a movie room? And so that's what I did because in a lot of big houses, I feel that there's movie rooms in there, and so I wanted to do like a really cool movie room, as you can see. And I didn't know how fancy I wanted it, but thinking about the people who probably own this house, I was like, well, they want more of a vintage theme, you know, and so throughout the house, not just the movie room, I went for more of a vintage theme. And I really liked it overall. It's something that I don't usually do. I usually tend to build more modern, but this kind of got me out of my comfort zone, and I really liked it. But yeah, and then I think this is around the part where I want to go for a darker theme. I really like that bar, by the way, and I like how it's right next to the living room. Because you could be like watching TV and then you go get a drink and whatnot. And so I just really like that. Also, by the way, this is like my first like commentary on like a YouTube video, so I don't know how good the audio will be. Um, because right now I'm using a mic that I bought, like a cheap mic, and so I don't know how good the audio will be, but it's your first YouTube video. It's not going to be the best. Um, but yeah. So here this is the part where I was like, I think it should be a darker theme. And so I'm just going around the house changing all the wallpaper to a reddish color, and I really like it. I really like it. And then this part, I'm sort of doing the butler's quarters. And in a lot of houses, I know by me, in Arizona, they have the butler's quarters where it's sort of like a little wine room. And I really like that because uh, you can sort of prep food in there or like make drinks and then come out and serve it. I really like it. I really like that idea. Um, and what I and the only thing that I don't like about this house is how much wasted space there is for the kitchen. That was the only thing I didn't like about it, was the wasted space in the kitchen. I try to utilize as much space because whenever I build houses in The Sims, I try to utilize as much space as I can. I try to squeeze as little as possible, as much as possible in the least amount of space. And so, definitely building those butler quarters, I felt like I was losing a bunch of space, wasted space, because it's just cabinets in there. And so in this part, I was contemplating doing an island, and then uh, one thing that the floor plan didn't have was that it didn't have a dining room, which was really bizarre. So right here, I'm doing a sort of pseudo dining room right next to the stairs. And I actually did a trick where, as you can see, I built a little bench. I know, totally crazy. And now I'm just going around the house, just adding little details here and there. Um, because I like adding little details to houses because it gives such more of a realness to it rather than just putting a bed and then an end table or like a bathroom and whatnot. And so for the guest house part, what I wanted to do is I sort of made up a little story for it. So I think this is like sort of a rebellious teen who just wanted to get out of the house but not actually move out of the house. And so she moved into like this little guest house and she's just like, she has her own space, and I really like it. You can change it however you want if you choose to download this. Um, you know, and I was just thinking about this story in my head about who would move into here, and what I thought is that the people who move into here, they're sort of like a wealthier family, and they have a lot of kids, and the original owners were like old people, and these new people who move in, they are like, they seem very lazy. They're like, we don't really want to do anything to it really. Um, and so they just leave it as it is. But then on the second floor, they, um, put their own rooms and whatnot. And then in this part, I'm actually trying to build a balcony, and I didn't know how to do that. And so I just did a little trick right there. Um, yeah. But yeah, what I thought the people, like the owners would be, the new owners, it would be like a big family. They don't want to renovate really the entire house, and so they leave the first floor as it is, but then on the second floor they add their own touch. And then this room is like a sort of like uh, a newly teen boy, a newly like aged up teen boy, and he's starting to get out of his sort of get out of the childhood phase into the teenager phase. And so I added um, a little bit of like teenager stuff, but at the same time, I still had some kid stuff. And then this room is twin girl rooms or a girl's room. And I just added, like cliche stuff from the kids' rooms. Uh, And for the bathroom, I didn't feel very original with it. I just copy and pasted it from the first floor. And just so you know, in these sim builds, it looks like it's 12 minutes long, but it's about 3 hours of non-stop gameplay. This recording was like 3 hours. And so by this point, I'm starting to get a little tired. I'm like, when's the end gonna come? When's the end gonna come? And so with a lot of the rooms remaining, I wasn't that creative. I just built a pet room for this one. As you'll see, it's just like a little cat room where they can have their cats. And then quite literally, I just made this room blank for like future kids or future people. And then for the master, I wasn't that original either. Um, I was just like, let's just put up like a plain wall and then just copy and paste the bathroom again. Um, so yeah, I just didn't feel that motivated by the end of this. Uh, and I just added dresser and I add mirrors. And then the last bathroom, again, I didn't feel original, but this time I wanted to use the wallpaper from the movie room. But yeah, and then it should be wrapping up in about a couple minutes. I'm just adding a few decorations here and there to enhance like the amazingness of the house, and then I'm putting on the roof. Yeah. One thing I don't like about The Sims is that the roofs cut into each other. So if you use the stable roof versus like the pitched roof, it goes in between or it like cuts into it, and I don't really like that. So in the future, like if the Sims has an update, I would like them to like fix it so we can have individual roofs. But yeah, and then I'm fixing the fence. And then right about here, I was just done and I was like, yeah, I'll just do any retouching off camera. And so the pool and the front yard decorations I did off camera. So this is the finished product. I think it turned out very well. So next I went to the Toll Brothers website and I scrolled down, and to be honest, it doesn't look the same. There's mine, which you can download at my Origin account, and then there's the Toll Brother one. Pretty cool. If you made it this far in the video, why not like and subscribe, and leave a comment suggesting what I should do in a future video. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all later. Bye!